halfway through the year of 2025, and it's now time to set up my July Frankenplanner.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan.
Hello, Planner Bays. Welcome to Jasmine Plans. Could you believe it? It is July. So much has already happened this year, and it's only been 6 months. But we are ready to set up my planners for the month of July. Now, I put together a Frankenplanner, and I have here 4 planners that I Frankenplan into one planner. In case you're not sure what Frankenplanning is when you take multiple parts of different planners and put them all into one, and we're gonna get that done right now. To start, I set up my planner with cover and disc. This cover is from Frankenplan, and my discs are from Cloth and Paper. I believe they're like 1.5 discs. I'm just going to line my covers up together, and I take my discs and just push them right in. These are plastic clear discs. If you've been here, you know I am typically a metal disc girly. So I put the clear disc onto my cover, and to begin, the discs are always going to be wobbly until you start to put your inserts in the planner. This is a classic size planner I am using, in case I didn't mention that already before. The first inserts going in is my cover page, along with my calendar and the perpetual calendar that I typically use to write down appointments that are coming up. Unfortunately, the perpetual calendar does have the January currently on the back of it, which is why January currently stays in here. But we know it's July. The first section of my planner is my faith section. This is a top tab divider from Live Love Posh. I believe it was out of stock last month, but it just restocked again. And if you know me, I like to create my own dashboards just to add a little flair to my planner. So I have a Hello July, which I printed on vellum. And then I wanted a watery kind of background to go with that, because who doesn't like water in July, whether you're going to the pool or even the beach. And don't worry, I will flip through the sections after I'm done setting off my planner so you can see it all. For my faith section of my Frankenplanner, I have this divider, which is also from Frankenplan. This was part of like a neutral floral divider set from last year. And the inserts are from Live Love Posh. So I like to scripture write. I used to do it daily. Now I try to write out the entire month and decorate as I go. So that way I'm not pressured to do it every single day. But now that school is out, I may be able to just do it every morning. We'll see how that goes. But this is a quad layout, and it gives me more than enough space to write down the scriptures. So we're just gonna enter these inserts onto the disc. And what I love about this disc system is that it allows you to take things apart and put things together, create things on your own. So your Frankenplanner could be as customized as you would like it. The next section of my July Frankenplanner is my personal section. So I'm gonna include that top tab divider. My personal section is my catch-all section. So that's where I write down pretty much everything that is going on. If you have watched any of my Plan With Me videos, you would know that write down things such as my menu, errands that I have for the week, chores that I need to get done. All of that stuff goes inside of my catch-all section. I don't know if I told you guys why I did this here. Again, another dashboard that I created in Canva. I do have a video on my channel also showing me creating dashboards in Canva. So I have a July overlay here. And when I think of July, I think about firecrackers, and who doesn't love a firecracker? Icy, popsicle, whatever you call them. So this fits the vibe. I was kind of going for like a red, white, blue theme kind of going on here, but I didn't want it to be too patriotic, if that makes sense. So for the inserts for this section of the planner, I did do a custom happy planner. I'll flip through it in just a second. So this is the custom happy planner. So I have a neutral dashboard that does not have the calendar on the back, which is the fun thing about getting the customized planner. Then I flip open into my calendar. And then I use a checklist layout for my catch-all. I absolutely love the checklist layout. It's probably like the best form of a vertical that I have seen. Next up is going to be my social media section. I am so glad it is summer because as a content creator, that is going to be my time to really get the most that I can done. For some people, I know it's more of like a laid back kind of time for them in the summer. For me, I am off work, so I can solely focus on home as well as my content. And I have an Etsy shop, which I have a lot of plans for. So this will definitely give me the time to work on all of that. In case you didn't know, my Instagram handle as well as my YouTube channel is Jasmine Plans. You can follow me on Instagram if you are not already. And if you're interested in my Etsy shop, I always have a link down below, but it is Jasmine Plans Studio. On Jasmine Plans Studio, I have budgeting things that are there. And you're going to be seeing my budgeting stuff in just a minute. My social media planner is a Frankenplanner in itself. So that is several planners that I already set up in the beginning of the year to make this easier on myself. So we have our July dashboard. This is a classic size happy planner. Again, everything is a classic size. I start off with using the monthly layout. For this monthly layout, I list down my revenue. I list down the revenue will go here. Expenses that I have been doing as a content creator would also go in this section. Here I pretty much mark off the days that I make a sale on Etsy, as well as days that I post YouTube shorts and YouTube long form videos. If you're trying to just use this section just to like build habits, this is absolutely amazing. And then I use a lot of this for decorating as well. This list here, you can use this for like daily tasks that you want to do around your house or something for work, like whatever is like maybe your top 5 or 6 items for the day. You can chunk it out and do it like that. I tend to make a list of videos I plan to record, a list of things I'm creating for my Etsy shop, or little shorts and reels that I am doing as well. I used to use a little section for my Etsy shop and my brain has just been going with the amount of things I want to include. After that monthly layout though, I did Frankenplan it with a vertical layout. I kind of wish this was a checklist layout, but I customize this as I decorate weekly to incorporate what I want on it. And it still works for me. So now for my Dear Budget section. This is my top tab divider. Again, from Live Love Posh. I have my vellum budget overlay. I don't think I've ever changed this. I just like the way it looks and I kept it the way it is. Now, summertime, who doesn't love a nice juicy watermelon in the summertime? If you notice, I did choose to print a watermelon that has seeds because I appreciate seeds, real seeds, inside of my watermelon and not all that genetically modified, man-made in the science lab type of fruit. I really prefer my fruit with seeds. If you know, you know. My budget planner is also another Frankenplan system. This includes inserts from the Happy Planner. I am a part of a Patreon where I do get to download some budgeting inserts that are given to us to try out. So I have that, and I also have like a sheet that I created on my own. Whatever you want to create on your own, go ahead and do it. Place it inside of your Frankenplanner. Make the planner yours. Make it work for you. You don't need to just pick up one planner in the store and just force it to work, because then a lot of times it doesn't work. So in this section here, I've been trying to habit track me checking my daily expenses, which I still sort of suck at. I want to track this coming month how I'm doing towards my side hustles and my savings challenge. I have my insert. Why do I feel like I'm missing a page? Okay, so I do have my insert that I create my zero-based budgeting with. I did that on my computer on my own. I have a July expense tracker that I got from the Budget Mom. I have a video showing me setting this all up. This month also includes my cash planning sheet for when I'm cat stuffing. And I've also been like cat stuffing with my son. He's like really into it too, so it's kind of motivating for me. My sinking funds tracker, I'm really trying to bump those up. And then I realized I forgot this last month, but I need to include a cash unstuffing sheet. So that's also going to be there. And these are the principles that I did get from a Patreon that I'm a part of. And then, of course, a notes page in case there's any other thing you need to jot down. Now, my brain dump section, because sometimes you just need to write things down. And you may not want to write it on your perfectly decorated page. So what I do to combat that is I use filler paper. So I have some dock red filler paper. This is always listed down below in my description. There's an Amazon link for it. I do receive a bit of commission when you guys do use my links down below. So I appreciate anyone that do click on those links. It's a very small kickback, but it does help me as a content creator. All right, so I got all of my inserts in. It's time to flip back to the beginning of this. And there are some sections that I just want to include another tiny piece to. So this budget section, I do have this dashboard from Cloth and Paper, this inbox dashboard. I really like it just for aesthetic reasons, with how it looks over the budget, which is why I include it. You can make this functional and put like Post-its on it for some things that you just want to note down. Or you can use your brain dump section. Usually in my social media section, I use it to divide up my planner, but I like to put this fluted dashboard in here. It always gives like an extra added effect to your planner. This is like my favorite thing to include in my planner. Just add a little texture to the dashboard. And lastly, I gotta figure out what am I doing with this cover. For my cover, just to jazz it up a bit, I like to include this calendar from Kira Silas & Co. This was a like desktop calendar that came with a piece to hold it up. But I found that I wasn't looking at it as much as I would have liked to. So I now include them in the cover of my planner. So I was thinking to have her here and then to dress it up with some of these like florals maybe. Don't know how I would honestly get that floral down. It will probably need to like go on the top. We can get rid of the monstera leaf. I kind of like this vibe here. Or we can switch it up with this flower. Let me know down in the comments which one do you prefer. So would you like this flower or this flower? I right now am leaning more towards this one, but depending on how the vote goes in the comments, if you guys comment, I really hope you do comment. It does help with engagement of my content and getting it out there to other people who may be looking for planner related content. And depending on what you guys vote, I may go ahead and change it. Okay, so I like how that looks on the cover. I've always wanted to include some sort of charm to my planner. And this is silver, and I didn't have silver rings. Bummer, I'm surprised that actually don't have silver rings. They're always available in Michael's. But I'm going to try to place it here. I'm just using my tweezers to help me get out the other end. And I got this from a D-stash. So I thought it would be cool to finally add a charm or something to my planner. My nails are a bit too long to do this right now, so I might cut this out. I will be getting my nails done after this video and chopping them down. All right, so that charm is on. I believe I can still use a section for a pen. And if you're wondering what type of pen I use, I always use a Pentel Energel pen, and that goes in perfectly. And my planner is able to close, and I got my little charm dangling here in the back. All right, so to just flip through and recap my planner setup, here I have my red cover from Frankenplanner. We start off with my cover page and perpetual calendar from A Happy Planner. Then it's my faith section. The top tab dividers for all of the sections are from Live Love Posh. Dashboards I create on my own. So we have a Hello July vellum overlay that I created on Canva, as well as just a pool water background. First dashboard is from Frankenplanner. This is a neutral floral dashboard or divider. And for the inserts for my faith planner, I do use the Live Love Posh quad layout, and I use this for scripture writing. If you would like to see a flip through of my after the pen scripture writing, just also let me know down below. The next section of my planner is my personal section. This is where I catch everything that is going on in my life. So again, vellum overlay that says July, along with some firecracker popsicles, which added to my red, white, and blue sort of theme that I had here. Catch-all section of the custom Happy Planner, where I use the checklist layout for my catch-all every single week. Next section in my July Frankenplanner is my social media section. We have this fluted dashboard, which I love, 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 from Cloth and Paper. Then my vellum overlay that just states Jasmine Plans at the top, along with a little camping theme that we have here, because who doesn't like a little road trip and camping? I've never done it, but hopefully one day I do in the summertime. Sometimes makes me think of camping. And this social media section is a Frankenplanner. This Frankenplanner includes the Happy Planner monthly layout, and then attached to it is a vertical layout Happy Planner. My next section of the planner is my budget section. Again, another Frankenplanner has made up my budget section. We start off with a Cloth and Paper inbox dashboard. Then my budget vellum overlay. Who doesn't love watermelon in the summertime? And for this Frankenplanner, for my budget section, it includes a monthly layout. And after the monthly layout, it does include a customized budgeting sheet that I created for myself. You can use any sort of budgeting sheet that you create for yourself or use. Then I have an expense tracker along with my cash planning pages, as I am on a journey to cash stuffing. And I'm really trying to be successful with it. My goal is to end the year being successful with cash stuffing and just preparing things for what's ahead. So I have my cash unstuffing sheet. The next is my Braindump section. So we're just remembering 4th of July is in July, of course. So we have a fireworks dashboard with July on the bottom and some plain dock grid paper, just as some filler sheets. Now, I hope setting up my Frankenplanner has inspired you to set up yours, even to get creative and make your own dashboards for your planner. Let me know if this has helped you or if there was anything that you like, any questions that you have, down in the comment section down below. I love it when I do hear from you all. But until next time, happy planning. Bye.